Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome back to Three Match Band, and welcome, viewers. Welcome to Three Match Band. Today, we will be making another fantasy team, five-a-side team, and with a little bit of twist. We've always done that in the past, also, but with different rules. So today's rules will be different. If you're looking at the presentation on the screen, you probably know what this is all about already. So it's going to be a five-a-side fantasy team. There are only three rules, and I'll tell you one of the rules first, then the other two later. And when I say three rules, it's just the rules that pertain to picking your team. So you have 5 minutes to pick your team, and you have 2 minutes to defend that team. Like, what were you thinking when you were picking that team? Just justify your picks, your selection. So you need to wear the heart of a manager when you are picking this team. So I'll let you choose whatever you want to choose from this list. And at the end, I'll judge who has the better five aside, and the viewers too can judge who has the better five aside by posting that in the comment section. And you can also post your own five aside if you think you could pick a better team from this list based on the rules that we're providing here. And you have to assume that all these players are at their prime. Don't think, oh, Lionel Messi is at the end of his career, Ronaldo at the end of his career. Just think of Ronaldo and Messi when they were playing at their prime. And here's the last rule that I want to add to this. You cannot spend more than 100 million pounds to pick your five-a-side team. Say you want to buy out five players from this list and you only have 100 million pounds. And each of the players already has their price tag on them. 50 million for Ronaldo, Messi, and De Bruyne. Then you have 30 million for Luka Modric, Virgil van Dijk, Robert Lewandowski, Sadio Mane, N'Golo Kante. Then 10 million for each of Raheem Sterling, Jordi Alba, Marco Reus, Paulo Dybala, Angel Di Maria, Keylor Navas, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So you will have 5 minutes to pick your teams.
I
So
have,
if you have any questions,
um,
yeah.
like when you say because what kind of five aside are we talking about? Like, does he have to
That's what
be?
I'm saying. Like, pick a competitive team, where the managers out, and pick a competitive team.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What we need to know the rule of the game we are going to enter. Like,
Those are the rules. Like, just pick
no,
a competitive. Okay, if you're
listen
playing,
now. Let me learn. Now,
okay.
for example, there's a small goalpost, I don't need a goalkeeper. I can just have five outfield players.
Well,
Right.
it's a five-a-side team, so we assume like a five-a-side
There's no
playing
goalkeeper here.
court. So if you want a goalkeeper, fine. If you don't want a goalkeeper, fine. But I mean, pick a competitive team.
Oh
Like,
my god.
no, honestly, if you let's say there's 100 million pounds at stake,
Yeah.
you have to pick a team. How would you pick it? Like, a lot is at stake. Like, I'm going to win like 100 million pounds if I win this game. How What kind of team will you pick? Will you still pick a team without a goalkeeper? So those are the kind of things
That's
like a
fine.
lot is at stake. So
So you
pick a
said
team.
100 million pounds, right?
Yes, 100 million for five players from this list.
So I have a question. So
Okay.
what if we have to pick players? We have 5 minutes to pick a player. What if Ake and I will pick the same player? Are
No,
we
no,
allowed
it
to do
doesn't
this?
matter. But I doubt that you will pick the same players.
Two
I
weeks ago
seriously doubt
we
that.
picked almost the same thing, or
Okay.
in one
Unless
stage.
you are communicating through the back door that I'm not aware of. if
Okay,
you're
let's
if
see.
you're just picking your players, you'll probably pick different players. I mean, I'll go out on a limb there and say you're going to pick different players. I mean, there might be some overlaps here and there, but the five players will not exactly match. Yeah. So your time starts now. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're back. So each person, I believe, has chosen their best five-a-side team. I mean, according to them, if they feel that's the best five-a-side. So I'll go to Dimeji first.
Just
Let's hear your
just start
five-a-side.
with me. Don't start with me.
You
Okay.
called me
I
already.
mean, okay, yeah, I'm
You
starting
already.
with you. You had 5 minutes to choose. So let's say your five-a-side and tell us why you think that's the best five-a-side you can buy from 100 million pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll pick Lionel Messi.
Wow, that's Messi for
Yeah.
50 million.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll spread my 50 million on
Messi for
five
50
Ballon d'Or.
million.
And then Angel Di Maria,
Okay, Di Maria,
um,
that's for 10 million.
yep, Paulo Dybala.
Dybala for 10.
That's how much have I spent?
You spent 70.
70
So,
million. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick Marco Rose,
Right. Okay.
um, then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Aubameyang. Seriously?
Yep.
Okay. So you spend 90 million in total. So you
Yep.
have some money for next season.
Yeah, I'll save
That's
it
it.
to
That's a
loan
prudent,
players.
that's a frugal manager. Okay. So want to defend your team. So why do you think this mix of players can win you 100 million hypothetically, like we said at the start? Like,
Yep.
say everything is
So,
at stake, you want to win a lot of money, right?
yeah. First, Lionel Messi, the greatest player in the world, greatest of all time.
So
I
you
need
think you can
goals.
do it all alone, right?
I need goals. He's gonna score me all the goals I need. With
Okay.
Messi and Aubameyang in front, I feel like Aubameyang, when he was in his prime, banged in a lot of goals. So
Hmm.
I need that in the team. So I went along with Paulo Dybala also because I want a versatile player who can play the midfield and play behind the striker. I need just in case I have an injured player, someone who
Hmm.
can strike and also control the flow of distribute ball around and stuff like that. Yeah. So I
Okay.
picked Paulo Dybala for that, and the wing. I feel like I need someone like Angel Di Maria is tested and trusted. He has played in all the top at all the top teams, most of the top teams you can think in the world as a winger, and he has done absolutely awesome. He also scores a lot of goals, so I
Okay.
feel like I need that. And also his ability to cross the ball, pull the ball into the box with Aubameyang in central midfield, in the striking position would get me goals also. Who's the last player that I picked?
You have
Um,
Messi, Di Maria, Dybala, Royce, Aubameyang.
yeah, Marco Reus also. Yeah,
Okay.
I need a touch. I need Rolls Royce in the midfield, so
Lose Royce. Okay.
I need this touch in the midfield. That's all for
Well,
me.
I don't know, but let's hear what
uh,
Aki has first
he said,
before
Yeah,
I
he
calm
said,
down
Marco
before
Reus
I
is
calm
Rolls
down on
Royce.
you. Like,
you said what?
So you said Marco Reus is Rolls Royce.
That's what
yeah.
they call him in Germany. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
Really?
they
that's what they
pronounce
call him.
his name as
Yeah,
Royce. I think it's like because they
that's
pronounce
what
it
they call
as
him.
Royce, and
Surprised.
That's what his teammates call him. Rolls
I think it's
Royce.
just to
Yeah.
rhyme with his name. So,
Yeah, of course. No. That's why.
yeah,
That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I assume that maybe they are evaluating his talent.
No, just the way they
So,
call
well, yeah, I
Lewandowski.
know he's a great player. I'm not
Lewandowski. Yeah.
trying to say he's not. Yeah.
Okay, Akin, let's hear what you've got to offer.
Uh
We just wrote you a check of 100 million. Get us the best players that can win this ultimate five-a-side competition.
yeah.
Everything is at stake. So let's hear it.
But the truth is, I had a team that was similar to
They made
his
this.
style, right?
Mhm.
But I just feel like when we're saying competitive, the team has to be balanced. So
Okay.
for me to get a balanced team, I don't have to have a top tier player. It's a five-a-side, right?
Yeah.
So what I went with is up top. I went with 1-3-1, no goalkeeper. I'm assuming we're
Okay.
using a small goalpost, so 1-3-1. So and what I did was, like a 1-1-1 and two guys that can run the entire length. Like so on the left, I have Angel Di Maria, you know,
Okay.
running that entire left. And on the right, I have Raheem Sterling,
Hmm.
the entire right. Uh, Up top, I'm also doing Aubameyang, right?
Okay.
Then in the midfield, Ballon d'Or winner, midfield maestro, Luka Modric, and arguably
Ah.
the best defender in the world, Virgil van Dijk. I so that
Wow.
so that is the balance, right? Like with all these attacking threats that he has, I'm okay. I have a defender that the way he marks is about positioning. Thank God you're a Liverpool fan, so you know what I'm saying.
Don't bring it. Don't bring that in. Don't bring that in. We are
I
not
have to
speaking
bring
about
You
it.
Liverpool here.
blackmail me, right?
We are speaking about the most competitive team you can have.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're talking about the team. So, and I
Yeah.
did it because I've seen this happen. It still happened to me on the field of pitch yesterday. You have no superstars that can actually play in all the positions. So we were running their defense and they couldn't do anything about it just because they had no defenders. And we still had defenders. So they were not able to run us. They scored some goals, they were able to defend. So when we say competitive, I have to believe that there has to be balance, you know. And if there's ever a defender I feel you want to put in that position is literally a speedster. You don't Nobody runs past Van Dijk. Of course, Messi is the
Did you
greatest.
just say nobody runs past Van Dijk?
Yeah,
Now I'm a Liverpool fan, and I'll tell you a lot of people run past Van Dijk.
oh no, nobody runs past Van Dijk.
What? Nobody runs past Van Dijk?
I mean,
Nobody.
I've seen it happen like
Yeah,
A
many
lot
times,
of times.
but
Like
not a lot
Van,
of times. No,
don't,
but
don't
it's,
do a lot of times. Nobody runs past
yeah,
him.
but people run past it.
yeah.
If you
Okay,
remember this
speaking
Wait,
football player
generally,
wait,
called
not like
wait,
it's
wait.
speaking
So
general.
Watford
I say that
midfielder.
if I say that, oh, you can bank on Messi to score a goal, to score goals, does
Mhm.
that mean he's not going to miss a sitter?
Hmm.
But
He's
I
still
have
going
two
to
people
miss
in my
chances,
team.
right?
I have two people in my team that can run past Van Dijk in your score, right?
Who do you have in your team that can pass and like Messi?
Messi.
He has
Mhm.
Messi.
That's what I'm saying. You have Messi, but the point is there's a higher chance for Van Dijk to stop Messi than for anybody on your team to stop anybody on my team.
Exactly. I mean,
Okay.
like, no. Okay, let me just now that
So
we
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something before. So
got the
when you talk
verdict,
about
right?
fantasy, when we talk about fantasy football, picking
Yeah.
There were
fantasy
rules,
football,
though.
But there were rules.
There were
no, there was
rules.
no in
So
the beginning. There was no rule about balance. It was just pick your
I
best
said
player.
he
a
said
competitive team. I said
Exactly, pick your best player. Competitive team. There was nothing about
competitive team.
balance.
Okay,
Exactly.
I'll give
So
you
if
my
you no, no,
verdict.
I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. It still boils to your preference. You are the referee, right? It
Yeah,
still boils to
exactly.
whatever. It still,
Okay.
no, I'm just trying to point out something.
Oh
If you
yeah.
look at a
Yeah.
lot of if you look at a lot of top players in the world, quote and unquote, and they pick their best five players, top five players. Hardly will you see
but
someone
he's
like
a
a
top
Ronaldo.
five player. That's the
No,
difference.
let me finish. Let me finish. You say greatest player of all time, like top fantasy best five, best five players. Maybe after this video we can go back and check it. If you pick a lot of players in the world, right? If you pick a defender to say what are your top five players, there's every probability that you will pick more of defenders also, right? But most of the players around the world, they pick Ronaldo, they pick attackers. Most people pick attackers. And lastly, to defend my point, the best way to defend is what is to attack. I score more goals with players I have in my team.
You're not going to score more goals. That's the point I'm trying to
So
make.
that's my defense. So it's left to the
The fact
referee
that you have nobody to stop
to
my players will end up being
okay,
that I will score more goals.
okay. I hear you.
So
So
that's the
it's
point,
not
right? That's why I went with
is
all the speed stars in that team with Raheem Sterling, Di Maria, Aubameyang, then
okay.
Modric just picking out all the passes.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so here comes my verdict.
Mm-hmm,
So when I said competitive team, right?
mm-hmm.
I also said that if you have to win, let's say hypothetically you have to win £100 million, like what kind of team will you want to field? I mean, for me, I feel like Akin's team is better than your team. Like Akin's picks are better than your picks. I mean, as a balance, not individually as players. Because if you want to stay competitive, you need people that can defend. We've seen very good players play. I mean, when Ronaldo came back to Man United, he was not at his prime, right? But he was in that team, he was scoring goals, but we were losing games just because we had people that couldn't, like, we're not defending very well. So you still need defenders in a team to be competitive. So I believe like a more balanced team, even though if I was going to pick, and I'll still tell you what I think I would pick, I would still not have picked Akin's team. Akin's team is just better than your own team because I would have picked a goalkeeper in that team. Like, just imagine a five-a-side. So you want to have like a
If
team
you're
just
sorry to cut you, but if you're playing the five aside, right?
yeah,
a five-a-side, five players.
Yeah.
Most times there's no goalkeeper in the five-a-side.
Well, they do have goalkeepers sometimes.
Most times.
Yeah,
No,
they do have
it's
goalkeeper.
always 5-1. If they do
It's
good.
always it's always it's always most
Yeah,
times the
like if you have
defender
like
in a
futsal, you
small
have
post.
one.
In a
Yeah.
small post. It's most times
So
someone
this is
stays
what
at
I'm
the back.
going with. Like, if you
Mhm.
don't have somebody staying back, and you have somebody that can just hide the ball from whatever distance into the goal. Like, you know what that's going to look like. Even if it's a defender, you just have to use your head. You can't use your we're talking about professional players that can just shoot at top corners and you can't use your hand. You have to put your body on the line. So I think a goalkeeper will still have made a more balanced. Like if I'm going to choose, like there's no debate that Akin's team will likely beat the team that you've picked, regardless of whether you have Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi on that team. Well, that's like you said, that's my judgment. I'm
Exactly. I
the
said it's still
I'm
left to you, so you
I'm
are the
the
ref.
I'm
Whoever
the
you
judge here, so that's my judgment. But for I'll also pick a team that has if I'm going to pick, my team will be of I'm thinking in my head. So I'll pick Van Dijk. I'll
Okay.
pick
I just thought you said you're not going to pick a defender.
no, I'm saying I'll pick a defender. I'm saying I'll not
You
just
said you
pick a
pick a
defender.
goalkeeper.
No, I'm saying I'll not only just pick a defender because defenders still need to like if the ball comes at a high level, you can't use your hand, right? So I'll pick a defender. I'm saying like not just a defender to take that role of a goalkeeper. That's what I meant to say. Not that I was not going to pick a defender. I'll pick Van Dijk.
Mhm.
I'll pick Lewandowski. I'll pick Dybala, Di Maria, and Keylor Navas. That's the team I'm going to pick. So whether that's better than any of your team, that's I'm not
No,
going to
it's
say
not.
that
It's fine.
judge.
Um.
But
So
if I'm gonna do a goalkeeper
Yeah.
in that situation, I'm actually gonna pick Messi. Because now, well, yeah, that's the point. Now there's a reduction. You want to rely on Messi being able. Now there's a goalkeeper. I don't even what do I Van Dijk for. I'm never going to pick Modric.
Yeah, but it's still going to be an aerial threat in the front, right? That's one thing you have to have a Van Dijk. So he doesn't have to stay back all the time. He can come outside, maybe through like you are kicking the ball to like area level, you can head the ball also. So that aerial threat, and also have the Wandoski to provide that aerial threat also.
How
So
much? How much was Kante?
Kante
that's
was 30 million. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
No, I've worked.
yeah. So
I'm
it's an,
thinking
I
about Messi and
actually thought
Kante.
somebody was going to pick a 50 million player and then will then have to pick like 10 million
That's what
player.
it did. That's what Dimitri
what
did.
I did.
Oh, that's what you did. Yeah, that's true. You picked
Yeah, that's
Messi.
what
Oh,
it did.
that's what you did. Like,
That's
hey.
what it
So,
did. Me,
like,
I
if
just
you're doing
decided.
that, you will
To
have picked the goalkeeper instead. Then
Hmm.
join your team. So, yeah, that's it.
It was just my own. It was my just my definition of five-a-side. Most five-a-side I see they don't used to have goalkeepers. That's why I didn't pick the
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
well,
It's the same thing. But like I said, they have to have defenders. Like the funny thing is, I played the two types, one with goalkeeper, but that's even more like a 7 or 8 aside. It's a bigger pitch. But those very small pitches that they play 5 aside in, they don't usually have goalkeepers. They just have this small pole where you can just
Exactly. It's a small post
from
and
everywhere. So if you're a defender, the pole is not even high enough for them to IT you or put it here. The pole is like your waist level, so you can actually use your leg to just defend everything out. Hence Van Dyke.
yeah, there you have it. Judgment has been passed. So, if you think
See,
any of
judgment.
this, yeah, that's my
guys,
that's my ruling. So, if
can
anybody has
you can you
I'm
run
just
down?
rounding this up so that we can end
Oh yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
So, anybody that thinks they can pick a better team, share it in the comment
No,
section.
there's
This
no.
is what you have, and until next time, bye bye.
Hi guys.
Bye everyone.